Hey, it's Rob, the Ignorant Entrepreneur. Did you know 1.7 million Americans became millionaires in 2020? Millionaires now make up 8.8% of the US population. That means almost 1 in 10 US adults are now millionaires, up from 7% in 2015. Pretty wild to think about when you think about the pandemic, but these numbers are given by Credit Suisse Global Wealth Report. In all, there are 56.1 million people globally with assets of at least $1 million US, the investment bank estimates, and Americans represent 39.1% of the total. Like I said, almost 1 in 10, 8.8% of US adults are now millionaires, up from 7% in 2015 and just 3.8% in 2000. Around this point, you're probably wondering how. You know, in March, more than half of Americans said they were still in financial recovery mode. But wealthier Americans disproportionately benefited from the market's quick recovery and new bull market, and from rising home prices. Wealth creation in 2020 appears to have been completely detached from the economic woes resulted from COVID-19, the Credit Suisse report notes. Here on the screen, you can see the percentage of Americans who are millionaires throughout the years. Now, keep in mind that although these numbers have increased, it's still a rather large minority. I mean, it looks like it's easy, especially when the market's doing well. Now, a certified financial planner and president of the Bonafide Wealth in New York City believes that this is a trap. And outside of generational wealth, people who have gotten to 1 million have done so with organization, really hard work, and likely a combination of those two things. Now, these individuals that are getting to millionaire statuses, Tom Corley, author of Rich Habits, Poor Habits, studied 233 wealthy individuals, 177 of them self-made millionaires. Those are the saver investor paths, the big company climber path, and the virtuoso path, and dreamer entrepreneur path. The saver path, in which you focus on living within your means and investing as much of your income as it is practical, is the only one of the 4 models that is widely accessible, he wrote in the Grow piece. In fact, half of the self-made millionaires Corley surveyed used that approach to increase their wealth. By living within their means and investing as much of their income as practical, the typical saver investor accumulated an average of $3.2 million over the course of 32 years. More evidence that the saver investor path works is that the number of 401ks and IRA millionaires hit an all-time high in the first quarter of 2021, according to Fidelity. Their ranks more than doubled over the past year. Now, these savers are usually older and have been saving for about 20 to 30 years, meaning they didn't become millionaires overnight. And that demonstrates that saving for retirement and a long-term objective has been successful. So keep in mind, over a 40-year span, you could reach millionaire status with roughly $232 per paycheck, and less if you're saving in a workplace 401k that offers a company match. If you start out small and gradually increase your contributions, time and compounding can work in your favor. Even so, there's no silver bullet here. There's no easy answer to accumulate wealth. But if you look at the stock market since I believe it's the 1920s, late 1920s, the stock market has given an average 10% gain a year. What do you guys think? I think this was pretty cool to learn that a lot of people thrive through the pandemic. I mean, unfortunately, it was a lot of the wealthier Americans that took advantage of the situations, and a lot of the poor ones may have been more disadvantaged, especially when it comes to things like education. I was having a conversation with my mother not too long ago who worked as a substitute teacher, and we were talking about Title I schools with my friend who also works as a counselor. And yes, a lot of the less privileged were put in a worse situation while the mid-wealthy to wealthy Americans thrived. Certainly room for conversation on how the next decade's going to go even. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below. Like and subscribe. This has been The Ignorant Entrepreneur. I'm out.